everyone, welcome back to Messy and Beautiful. I'm Sarah Jane. Thanks for joining me today for another video. I'm going to be doing my March setup. I've already pulled some stuff and thought about it a little bit. So before we get started, there is something that has arrived in the mail. So I signed up to the Oops-a-Daisy mailing list and got a free stencil. I had to pay £2 for postage, and it's arrived today and I want to use it in my setup. And there was a load of choice, but I'm going to use like the back of my cover so you can see it properly. But I went for one that's like a measurement stencil, just because I thought it'd be helpful for me in one of my setup pages. So I'm pleased it's arrived. It's a little bit corny, but I like it, so I'm going to use it this time. I'll flip that back over. So we are already in March, and my planner is really getting chunky. I'm quite enjoying it actually, and I think I've said in almost every video how much I've loved being in my Stalogy so far, because you get that creative freedom and I can just do whatever I want. Like, I'm going to go back and write some stuff on the top of this, but this is all the like washies I got in February, so I just like, I'll stick those in, why not? Like, and there's no restraint and there's no need for me to do anything, and I can do whatever I want. And like, my business planner has turned into just like a random notebook, but sometimes I decorate it and sometimes I don't, and that's fine. Anyway, let's get started. So I have pulled, before I pull out my paper trimmer, so I've pulled my March like divider sheet that I printed on vellum from what they called Hourglass planners, and then I've got my trusty Grumpy Tortoise box of goodies that has, excuse me, bits and pieces in it. So I'm going to need my tabs. I need March. March is the first day of spring. I'm going to use that one. There's my March calendar. What else have I got in here? There's some like planner labels. There's some more of those Hourglass planners printables, and some little calendars from the Grumpy Tortoise, but I use those in my business planner. There's a habit tracker. I might try and use that actually, because I like that. I picked that up from a swaps table, I think. It's another one. That's a bit overkill for what I want it for. That's one of my favourite stickers. If my planner is open, your mouth should be shut. Loads of dots and things. I might pull those out just in case. I've got some 2023, another dots thing. I'm not going to use that this month. Final month of the year, and then so that's everything out of there that I'm going to need. Then I've pulled out some washi tapes, and I've kind of sort of decided that I want to use these ones. They don't really match, but it's my planner, so I don't care. And then I've got some like paper pads as well, so I've just pulled out things that are like florally type, because I was thinking spring, so I did know it was the first day of spring in March. I obviously thought about that a little bit before I started filming. Right, so the first thing I am going to do is trim this down. I'm going to shift this out the way. I haven't got much room on my desk, because I'm going to shovel this that way. I haven't got much room on my desk still, because it's a bit of a state out here, and I keep saying I'm going to come out and tidy up, and I've been saying that for about 2 weeks now, and I haven't yet done it. I figured out what I was doing wrong with these. I was cutting, so you get a line on the printable going down and a line going across, and I was cutting across like that was the line to cut across, but it's not. What the line is there for, I'll show you on this one, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but the bottom of this line is where you need to cut, and this end as well, because I was cutting as though that's the across line, which I do need to trim them down a little bit, but when I used that as the across line, it was too small. Although I am going to go right to the edge on this one, because I like the pattern to go right to the edge of the paper. Oh, it does say it's got really tiny at the bottom, Hourglass printables. There we go. Only because I forgot their name the first time I used it, so I felt a bit bad about that. So I'm going to cut right to the edge of the, so it's like the perpendicular line. And then throw stuff in the bin, Sarah. Crikey. Right. There we go. And all the way along there. So that should... It probably is a little bit big. I need my corner rounder as well. Right. Oh no, a little bit small. Still a little bit small, but it's not too bad. I can live with that because it's only a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. Right, corner rounder. I've tried to pull out the tools that I'll need a little bit as well, so I'm not hunting for stuff, because with my shed being such a mess at the moment, it is hard to find things. And literally until this evening, all of this stuff was laid out on my living room floor, and it's been there for about 2 weeks. I think my husband will be pleased. To come downstairs and find that it's gone. Right, so that's that sorted. Now this one, I use this and this because that's what I've been doing in my other ones. I might swap it about a bit this time round. I don't know. Let's see what else we've got. Put that down there. Seasonal. Have I got anything else spring-like? Because I don't really use the seasonal stuff. I always forget about it. I tend to go for like the cutesy or whatever. And I'm sort of doing seasonal, but I'm also not. I'm kind of doing the cover pages as seasonal. Didn't I get a little thing from Wendy's Cute Creations in my characters one? Put it in, yeah. So I got this from Wendy's Cute Creations. From the Planner Festival recently, from the Palentine's event. I've got whole boxes and boxes of die cuts. Oh, that one. Is it Easter yet? When's Easter? Maybe I'll use that one in April instead. It is super cute though, and it is spring-like, but what else have we got? I love him. He's so cute. Time to spill the planner tea. I collect stickers. Pens. I've got 2 I collect pens. I've got I Heart pens as well. I love washi. On my name one. What about one of these? What about one of these? I might use her. Right, and then have I got a bookie vinyl? The book is always better. I've got loads of bookie vinyls. I don't know why I'm saying have I got. Reading is my therapy. It's a bit big. I like books more than I like people. I've got to think about that as well. I think I might do that one. And then just do some like bookie stickers around it or something. Right, I'm going to do that one. So that one is one that I made on my Cricut. I think I downloaded like an SVG. It must have been a free one because I never pay for stuff if I can help it. When it comes to like digital files. I don't need that. Right, so what am I going to do? I've got Hello Spring. I've got this little cute one. They all kind of go, don't they? But then I've got that as well, so it might be a bit overkill. Right, let's just figure out some papers. So, I've kind of been doing a similar sort of thing every month at the minute. I've just pulled out, these are from the range, and that one's from Hobbycraft. This is one I got for Christmas, actually. From someone I work with. It was like my Secret Santa present. Because it's not overly my style. Look, photo, like I don't really use photo kits and stuff. That's pretty. It's a bit dull, though. It's not bright enough. I've got in here. More like neutral greens and spring greens. Flowers. This is what I just do. I just basically pull out some paper pads and scan through what I've got and go, yep, that will do. No. Got anything in this one? Ooh. Green dots. Not really into... Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Butterflies. so I need something green because I pulled out a pink one. Put that over there. Right, I'm going to work with these two. And I want to use my Totoro tape, which doesn't really go. Oh, I don't care. It's my planner. It's my planner. I don't care that it doesn't go. To keep telling myself that, because otherwise I get carried away with, oh, it's got to look good for like the camera and stuff, and I'm like, no. Let's grab a pen. I'm going to trim that bit down. I even took this trimmer to Palentine's with me. I was like, I'm not leaving the house without it, because it's probably my most used item in my craft room. And I might have said that before as well, but it's true. Right, this is kind of like a wood effect sort of thing, but it's green. It's quite interesting. I don't know if it's showing up very well on camera. Right, taped runner, because I'm lazy. I hope you're all well. I haven't really got a lot to inform you other than talking about my baby, because all I've been doing the last couple of days is looking after her, because she's had really bad upset stomach, and she's been really constipated. Sorry, I should have given you like a warning. And she's just been screaming her head off, the poor little thing, and I felt really sorry for her today because she took practically all day to go to the loo. Yeah, and I felt really sorry for her today because she was really, really upset, like, the whole day. I'm getting into this torn paper thing as well that people do. Yeah, so I've not really done much today. Kind of just had the telly going. I've been looking at stuff for the shop. I've got so many product ideas. Unbelievable. Oh, I did get told... I don't know if you've seen. If you haven't seen, my Etsy shop's reopened, and I'm having a 10% off sale until it's midnight tonight, so it'll end by the time this video goes up. But there is a discount code for 10% off down below if you wanted to go and check out my Etsy shop, as a little thank you for being somebody who watches my videos. That's cute, isn't it? That might look better. I'm going to do that. Yeah, so my Etsy shop's reopened, so I've been really busy with that, trying to get everything sorted. It didn't go to plan. I ended up having to push back my new releases by a whole day. I haven't updated all my listings like I wanted to, but that is life. It's just the nature of having children, I think, particularly young children. It's just, I'm in that season, as they say. Let's pull that bit off too. Bit too much paper fluff there, isn't there? Never mind. Yeah, so I've been doing quite a lot for the shop, and I've got so many ideas, so I've spent most of the day like researching stuff. But I just don't, I think I've just got to be careful like how much I invest to start off with, because I don't want to lose loads of money. I'm on maternity leave, so it's hard for me to just like pool all my money into it, because it doesn't go very far at all. So I've just got to try and rein it in a little bit, but it's nice to have the time to research while I'm sitting on the sofa like consoling my poor screaming child and just sort of browsing my phone and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. But I did get told today, which I am going to put some of that down. It's super amazing news that I have got a table at the Southwest Planner Club event. So I will be taking my shop to that event, which is amazing. And I wasn't expecting to get that at all. I thought I'm too new, I'm too small, like probably not. But that is just incredible, and I'm really, really pleased. I literally got the email and I was like, oh my God, I got it. Like, you know, because yeah, people apply for them and they're busy, and Like, they're going to pick the bigger shops in my eyes, and then they said that I could, which I thought was amazing. Plus, I've been supporting them for years, so it's nice to, like, that is really busy, isn't it? Never mind. I'm doing it up there too. Am I doing it up there too? No. Oh, I could have used that one. I thought I was going to use that one, didn't I? I said I was going to use this. Might pull that piece off down the bottom and replace it. Let's have a look. The Totoro one's from Some Little Things. This one is just like a cheap one from the range. Probably why the sticky's going. I've had it a long time. This was one of my first ever washi tapes. And I've still got loads of it. That looks better, doesn't it? Because it's got the pink. Maybe I'll put Totoro on the other side. Where's my washi cutter? I'm sure I pulled stuff out I was going to need, and I've already lost it, but there we go. The yeah, so super pleased that I'm going to be... I mean, I was going to the event anyway, but now I'm taking my shop as well, which is awesome. But I'm also slightly terrified of how much work I've got to do for it, because I've never done an event before, and I've not had my shop... I mean, I have had my shop for a while, but I've not done an awful lot with it. And all of a sudden, I feel like I might actually be able to do a lot with it. And yeah, my head's kind of all over the place at the moment. I'm also in the process, ever since the talk about being on the spectrum and stuff, I'm also in the process of getting an ADHD assessment. I've been to see the GP, she's really supportive, my therapist is really supportive, but the waiting list is mammoth. It's like a year or something in my area. But they have just opened up, according to my therapist, new ADHD support services, which is streamlining things. But I've got a few bits I need to do for that to get my referral put through, that the GP's asked me to do. But yeah, and then my house, like, my house is an absolute state just because I leave piles of stuff everywhere. I haven't stuck this on straight, which is why I'm peeling it back up again. And I always rip the paper in a Stalogy. That's the only thing about this, is that I always rip the paper. And now the sticker apparently too, but I'm sure it can be surgeryed back together. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot going on, even though I've not really done very much, and it's kind of torturous having to sit with my baby and think about all these things I've got to do, and at the same time I'm like, I love the baby cuddles and it goes so fast that I don't really care, so I feel quite conflicted. This is all very serious, isn't it? It's not like me to be this serious. It's very late and I'm tired, and yeah, it's been a long day. Been a very long day. Right, let's just give this a little going over. I've got to be careful with this transfer tape as well. I'm just scratching the actual letters, because this transfer tape is super sticky and it sticks to the paper and then it pulls the paper up, because that's what I found last time. So just got to be careful on the pages of the Stalogy, because that's the only thing, well, on the craft paper I suppose, about this. So this March one's from the Grumpy Tortoise, from her Advent, in case you didn't see my unboxings of that. Do I want it across the top? I think I want it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the letters off first, and I'm going to run over it afterwards, just so the transfer tape doesn't stick to the paper. Yeah, my big plan for my maternity leave was to tidy up my house. And I went through the Just 90 planner and I set all my goals for 3 months and tasks for every day and what I was going to do. And then it's just not happened. I'm going to put that in last, but I wonder if I can get away with this one down here now. Because I love this tape, it's one of my favourites. So yeah, I signed up to like some 30-day declutter challenge thing, and I've made a list of everything that I'm supposed to be decluttering. And the first thing you do is Tupperware, and like go through, find the lids, like chuck out any old ones, like donate ones you're not going to use and all this sort of stuff. And I haven't even done that one yet. And this was about 6 weeks ago. Like, I'm starting to think that structured goal setting is just not for me. And I'm more of a, like, what's the next step right now? I've done that. I've got to think about what the next step is after that. Rather than going, this is my big goal. What can I do to get there? I kind of just have to have the goal in mind. And then, yeah. Like, I've forgotten what I was going to say. This happens to me a lot. I think I'm going to use her. Yeah, rather than setting the goal and doing all the tasks and stuff. But then I did HB90 for years, and that worked for me. So maybe I'm just going through a phase of it at the minute. I don't know. I am not doing the same thing on this transfer tape because my transfer tape's not as sticky as the one from the Grumpy Tortoise. It doesn't look as nice and fancy, but it does the job. This was a bugger to weed, like all the little lines in the book. This more than, I haven't even taken the middle out of that E because it was an absolute pain. And I don't have many patience. It is coming off quite nicely though. There we go. Oh, I can keep that because I can reuse this too. Yeah, don't forget that you can reuse transfer tape because I always go to throw it in the bin. Not that I haven't got reams and reams of the stuff, because I have. But there's no point throwing it away if you can reuse it. See, pulls up the paper. Even mine pulls up the paper, which is a pain. I reckon if I go this way round, I can probably get away with it. I hope. That I is going to annoy me because it's not a capital. It should be a capital. There we go. It's not perfect, but it never is it? So I'm just going to stick that back on there because that's quite a good sized piece as well for like the sort of stuff that I make. Not that I've made anything for a while on my Cricut because I bought a silhouette. I bought a silhouette for the shop. Just because the design capability is higher than on the Cricut. I love my Cricut. I'm not getting rid of my Cricut. I'm using my Cricut for me. Oh, look, it's just torn in half. Sigh, big sigh. I think I did Holly first last time, so I think I'm going to do Charlotte first this time. I don't want them to get a complex. Tweezers. Let's just do it with tweezers. Let's put you down first. Yeah, so I use this. I got this idea from Dakshana, and in fact a lot of my ideas were from Dakshana. Just watching her. My style's different to hers, but I love her channel. Of like documenting your kids without like having to do massive books about them. Just once a month, stick a photo in, or journal a little bit about them, and I just, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's really nice to look back as well, even though I've only done it for 2 months. I'm already looking back and going, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, Holly has changed her favourite colour to orange because her little best friend at nursery has a favourite colour of orange, and I'm like, your favourite colour's pink. I was like, it used to be green, then it turned to pink. She's like, no, well now it's orange. I'm like, oh crikey, like I threatened to get rid of all her pink stuff because I'm that kind of mum. Yeah, I remember talking about this. Oh, I haven't got another H. Yes, I have. I've got another one on the next page. I'm like, oh no, I was talking about my house when I'm about like decluttering my house and stuff. But one day I'll get there. But I really, really need to come out here and give it a good de-stash because the amount of stuff I buy is excessive. Absolutely excessive. because I love it all. And I get carried away. And I know I get carried away. But there's only so much stuff I can physically use. So... Oh, we had a pink O, never mind. T. I think these are like the Squad Girls letters. They're still one of my favourite letter sets. T. Except that hollow purple one that I was looking at before. E. Hopefully this video isn't too dull. I am going to go for a different colour really though. I'm going to go for that one. Because I'm not as enthusiastic as normal. The clock's just started, which means there's like a church behind me. So we've got church bells and stuff, and they've had church bell practice tonight. So I had to wait to film until that was over. Because for some reason I always end up being out here on a Tuesday evening. God, that worked out well, didn't it? There we go. But yeah, so sometimes they chime in the background. Right, Charlotte and Holly. That's it for that page, because then what I'll do is at some point in the month I will stick a picture in of them both, and then I will journal it a little bit about them, you know, what they're into and that kind of stuff. Right, this one is my physical health tracker. So you wouldn't have seen me draw this before because you haven't seen that video yet. But I am going to sit and draw it. I'm probably going to speed this bit up. How have I been going for an hour already? This feels like it takes 5 minutes. Right, it won't be an hour by the time it's uploaded because I'll edit out a load of stuff and my incessant ramblings. So yeah, I'm going to the Midlands one as well, which I'm really excited about, and it means I get another hotel for the night to myself. Drive up early. Plus it's immediately after my husband's been away for a week on training, so for me having the kids all week on my own and then getting a weekend to recover from it is just incredible. He's still got to work around them and stuff, but 30 days has September, April, June and November. Look at that pile of ink right in the corner, look. Right, you might be wondering what I'm doing if you've not seen me before, but I basically, oh, I haven't left the line at the top, that's why. Oh well, I know by now. I basically got this idea from Becky at Whoops I Did It Again Co, who did like a productivity tracker, and I've turned it into a physical health tracker for myself because I want some healthy habits, and it kind of feels like a little reward. It's like a kid's sticker chart, you know. I've got to move it over a little bit because I need that little peach. I love the little peachy bottom. Oh, I was talking about the Coffee Monsters code as well, wasn't I? So yeah, I've signed up to the parcel subscription because I couldn't sign up to Pen Pals. I couldn't afford to. I could afford to sign up to the parcel because it's only a couple of occasions before I go back for maternity leave, and I might consider the stickers, but I wasn't that keen on the stickers for the first round. So, but I haven't had my January one yet, and Sateki Stickers were having a subscription shop opening thing where they had overstocks, and I panicked because I haven't had my January box yet, so because I know they're on back order because of all the problems. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna habit tracker and weight loss. Oh, this one, that's what that's for. Yeah, so I'm gonna buy the bits I really wanted. So I went and bought some of it, and then of course it's her anniversary release on Sunday, and there's just there's always something that I want from that shop, and it's turning into an absolute nightmare, and it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, but because I'm using that stuff, I'm now kind of not using I've got 400 Simply Gilded tapes, and I'm not exaggerating. I've got 4 boxes, you know, the washi drawers. I've got 4 of those, and majority of it is Simply Gilded. But the Coffee Monsters Co is now taking over my favourite thing, so I'm not using my Simply Gilded as much anymore, which means it's just sitting there, and some of it I'm probably never going to use, or if I do, I might use a little bit of it, but I'm not going to use it like I use my Totoro tape, for example, that I use all the time. So I think I probably need to go through and do a bit of a de-stash. Right, this is just a habit tracker, because I have a habit I want to break, and I'm going to track when I have done that. What tape do I want to use for this? I could use this one, couldn't I? What's this for? Physical health. Meh. I'm going to use this one. Yeah, it's proper old tape. But it's cute. I've got it in front of me, so I might as well use it. It's this guy. I think I want some more of that one first. I'm so funny. I always moan about my weight and stuff, and then I eat loads of crap because I love food, and I'm like, oh, I haven't got any money, and then I still buy all the things and do all the stuff. So, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? I might just do that because I want a little weight graph as well. I bought these things. They're multicoloured colour pencils for my table mate gifts. I had a spare one, so I kept it. I don't know what it's going to look like. Okay, right. So yeah, moan about not having any money, and then we spend all our money on, well, I spend all my money on stickers. My husband spends all his money on treating me to takeaways, and yeah, it just all gets a bit out of hand really, doesn't it? Our money's not that bad if I can afford to treat myself to things. I know a lot of people have it a lot worse off than me. I don't really know what I'm doing with this. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. And I'll either love it or I'll hate it. And if I hate it, then that's fine. Whoops. Don't use a stencil like me. I'm too lazy for stencils. There we go. Oh. I haven't even checked if this pen ghosts either, but never mind. Just liked the colour of it. I might have to stop in a minute anyway. I think my daughter's still crying her eyes out. My husband's getting a bit fed up with it. Right. And then, because last month I tried to do like pictures and it didn't work out as planned. Because I just kept forgetting to take them. So I'm going to have to find some like just everyday kind of pictures and put them in. Right, and then this. Yeah, but me being trying to be a bit healthier is working. Because, right, before I do that, I'll get a pencil. Oh, this is my other table mate gift. It's a pencil made out of old books, which I just think is awesome. It's like old book paper. What was I saying? No, I've forgotten again. I've forgotten. I'm having a day. Right, how many weeks in March? 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5. Call it 5. Oh yeah, so it is working because I've lost a little bit of weight already, which is quite amazing really. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've done that in the wrong place, haven't I? Because I need some room below as well. I need some room below as well. Thank God I did it in pencil. Right. I'll show you what I'm thinking in a minute. I've not done it this way before. It's just come to me now. Let's rub that line out. I think it's very unlikely I'm going to do more than that. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it in pen, because I don't like pencil lines. Watch it leak everywhere and ruin my nice neatness. And then down the side here I'm going to write -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And then this one I'm going +1, +2, +3, +4. I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And then every week I'm going to go, right, this week I lost £1, and I'm going to draw a box and do it like a little bar graph. So I'm going to have, like, hopefully all of them up here. But if I do have a week where I gain, then I'm going to write it down. Yeah, and go downwards. So up, although is negative, is the positive result. So that's kind of why I've done it that way around. Just works that way. It just works a little bit better for my brain, I think. But yeah, that's just come to me. Now I've just smudged all that ink because I have to wait for it to dry. There we go. Right, and then I'm going to do my measurements and put them on there. I hope you've been able to see this because I've realised my camera's in a completely different place to where it normally is. Right, then my mood tracker and my gratitude pages. Should I keep it the same? I think I'm going to just keep it the same because I like it. It works for me. Let's go for this one, this Oops a Daisy one. Because it's nice and happy and smiley. I don't really have a theme. Like, I suppose there's flowers in it, isn't there? Right. I've kind of picked washi tapes to match the like pages of the planner rather than having a like monthly theme or whatever. Again, it's just me doing what I like. The other good thing I was going to say about going to the Midlands meet is that I felt like the SWPC one was a million miles away, because the Midlands meet is like the end of May. It's like 6 weeks earlier or 7 weeks earlier, something like that. I'm like, oh, at least it's a little bit closer now. The sorry, I'm yawning away. Back to my letter book. I really hate those. I'm not a leopard print girl. They're kind of funky, aren't they? Let's use these little ones, I think. Yeah, I'm going to use these little ones. Yeah, so now it doesn't seem quite so far away that I'm going to get to have another rest, which is nice. I say rest, I was bloody exhausted after the last one. So this is my mood tracker. Could use my tweezers and make my life easier, couldn't I? I probably haven't left enough space. I normally start the other end and go backwards. Yeah, so I do all these pages at the beginning of the month, and then I just play in my planner, basically. When I get sort of 5 minutes, and I really enjoy it. But I know not everybody does this, so I'd love to know if you're a week by week person. I imagine if you're watching this, you're probably not just a purely functional planner, unless you like this for like relaxation and stuff, to watch that or listen to me ramble. We're nearly done anyway, we're nearly there. These setup videos are a long old video for me as well. My trouble is I don't stop talking, so I don't just get on with it. Like, that's a J. Is it? No, that's upside down. There we go. Oh, my life, my life. I was like, I spelled it wrong then. I have no D. There's a D. Only thing about letter stickers is I end up with all the like leftovers. What do you do with the leftovers? Do you just bin them? Like when you get to a point where you've literally used, like you can't spell anything out of the words anymore, do you just bin them? You must do, surely. I don't think I've ever got to that point. Like that's probably one of my most used sheets, and even that I'm looking at going, well, I can alter that letter and alter that letter. But it must get to a point where like you can't do that anymore. Right, so my mood log. I have been doing little stars that I made. My shop stickers don't look like this anymore. I've changed the format of them. I say that. There's still stuff in the shop that looks like this, but I've changed the format of them so they don't look like this now. But I do sell these in the shop. If you decided you wanted to do something similar. Right, let's do this the easy way. I'm getting cold as well. It's getting cold out here. 4, 5, 6, 30, 31. There we go. Right, and then all I do, because you probably haven't seen this yet, I'm pretty sure I showed this in my last video, is then just go, right, that's that one, whoops. This is always the way on these videos, isn't it? I always end up losing my rag about something. Oh, crikey. That's annoying. That's going to annoy me. I can't leave it. It's going to annoy me. I'm going to just tip exit out. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit bored of telly again as well. I haven't really got anything interesting that I'm watching at the minute. So I'm just binging YouTube. Because, of course, with Bubs, I'm watching lots and lots of TV. I could go that way. Go that way. So if you've got any show recommendations for me, I like a drama-y, like my husband says, I like my stories. So I like things like Suits and Gossip Girl, One Tree Hill, all the classic, like, shows like that. I don't really like anything like zombies, vampires, not really interested in. I like witchy stuff. I'm okay with witchy stuff. What else? A good crime drama. I like a good crime drama. I haven't really done the true crime thing. I am tempted, but I also sort of feel like I'm going to get completely lost down a rabbit hole if I do that. Although I've tried some of the like true crime podcasts, and they are definitely not for me. I just think they're really dull. The people on them, like, it's like watching me at this time of night. Like, some of them I'm like, come on, just get a personality. You know, whereas YouTubers generally, they've got a little bit more about them. That looks really weird. I'm going to switch that. I'm going to switch it up a little bit because I don't like it. I normally think about this a little bit more. I'm just trying to get it done now because I want to go in the house and go to bed. Right, let's just switch this around a little. So we're going to go across there. That one. And then down there. Yeah, like that. I'm going to go across there. And down here. That's it. It's a little better. Only a little. Right, 1, 2. And then I number them for each of the days in the month. And then I put a little key in using my clean colour dots, which I'll do later because I can't be bothered now. I'm obsessed with clean colour dot pens. 16, 17, 18, 19. Actually, I will because I'm going to get them out in a minute for my gratitude anyway. 22, 24, 25. Plus then it's done, isn't it? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. There we go. Right, what colours did I have? My light just died. Don't know what's just happened there. It's just got really dark in here all of a sudden. Right, so pink. These are normally in a box on my shelf in front of me, but I haven't unpacked yet properly. Right, pink, happy, sad, grey is neutral, purple is anxious. I could do with putting this on a little card, couldn't I? Anxious. Stressed is blue. Stressed. Tired. Depressed. And I know a lot of them are negative, but it is more about keeping track of that for me. So this is my key. So we are happy, sad, neutral, anxious, stressed, tired, and depressed. think, what colours did I do last time? I think I did pink and green purple and green last time. I'm gonna do blue. Do this blue and yellow for my gratitude. So I literally just go one and do every other line in one colour, and then I do every other line in the other colour, and I number them, and then I just write down something I'm grateful for. There's not quite enough there, so I'm going to have to go up to the other side of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 29, 31, 28, 29, 30, 31. There we go. And then I'll literally just write next to them something I'm grateful for. And sometimes it's a full sentence, and sometimes it's just like five, you know, a couple of words. So, right, I did pull out some like dot thingies as well, because I used to use these a lot, but I'm a little bit obsessed with these at the moment. So I'm just tending to use my clean colour dots instead. And then the last thing I want is like my brain tabs page, as I call it. And I've pulled out this washi tape from Planner Face. It's also one of my newer ones. This is my brain dump page, but I'm not keen on the phrase brain dump, because it's like, that to me is your crapping on a page, you know. And like, I'm like, no, that's not what it's there for. It's for me to like, it's, I guess it's like too much of a negative connotation for me. I'm like, actually, I need it to be something fun, because otherwise I just won't look at it. So for me it's my brain tabs, because my phone always has lots and lots of tabs open. I think I'm up to about 57 at the moment. And so my brain tabs are all the tabs I've got open in my brain, which is this. Right, B. No R, no A. Right, forget that. Don't like those. For this, anyway. Ooh. No B. Might use these. Gold, though. They might work. So this is just where I go, oh, I must do this, but I don't really know where to put it. So I'll stick it on here. On a post-it note. For no other reason than a post-it note gives me unlimited space, because I can stack them on top of each other. If I write directly on the page and I've filled up 2 pages of stuff one month, then I've got nowhere else to, like, I have to have a second section, and I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just have one section and be able to stack it all up on one thing. So, brain. This one's going to be tabs. then I feel like I want something. I feel like I need to use this, but I don't really know where to put it because it doesn't really go with any of my stuff, does it? That I've done. No space on that one. Oh look, it's already coming up. Never mind. You're right. No, nowhere to put it for now. Spring hasn't started yet, so there's still plenty of time. But do I have some sort? That's the wrong colour, isn't it? I swear I have it all together. I just forgot where I put it. I'm too old for stickers. The yeah, so if you've got some like show recommendations for me. I'm debating starting Criminal Minds, but there is so much of it. That's quite cute. That's card. So I'm like, will I get bored of it? I don't know. Like, because I've watched a lot of the ones I was like, oh, I must see that, you know. Oh, I've got a couple of these. I could use one of these from Red Link Cove, couldn't I? Instead, because I love that. Oh, that's Crested of Rose, that one. I'll put my funky pen pot on there. Am I? No, I'm not. I'll put a planner on there. Planner with a donut key ring. Only because I love that pen pot. I might save it for the setup on my next one. Yeah, so I'm debating watching like Criminal Minds, but I'm not sure if there's too much of it, and if it's one of those things you kind of have to watch it when it came on to keep up with it. I'm not really sure the significance of the donuts. That might be a bit much for my brain. That's too much hollow. Is it too much hollow? Although this is quite cute. I'm going to use that one too. Too much hollow, but this isn't too much hollow. I don't know. I really don't know. What a mess. Look. Look. I've literally just shoved it on the desk. The bin is there. What is wrong with me? Somebody help me. Right. I think... yeah, we're done. So, that's my cover page. I like books more than people. My girls, my physical health tracker, a habit tracker, my kind of weight loss and measurements, mood log, gratitude, my brain tabs for all my sticky notes, and then I can start tomorrow. I was going to try and do a plan with me tonight as well, but it's really late. It's like 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go in and go to bed before my brain completely shuts down after this sleepy tea. And I hope you'll forgive me for the order of the videos, and that you will watch them anyway, even though they're kind of like a little bit older, because, you know, I spent the time to film them. So thank you very much for joining me. If you stayed to the end, thank you very much for listening to my brain shut down in front of you and me losing my train of thought all the time. But it's really lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Bye.